So picture this. I'm standing at this imaginary crossroads, and honestly, if you live in Canada, you have probably felt this too. On one side, there's this frugal guru yelling at you, cut every latte, cancel every subscription, live like you're living in a bunker. Now, who are we kidding here? In Toronto, condos are smaller than bunkers, right? On the other side, there's that crypto bro screaming, just ape into this altcoin, bro. Easy 10 times the game. And somewhere in the middle, there's this classic entrepreneur saying, start a business, any business, today. Don't worry about the details. And the thing about Canada is the advice always feels imported. American books, American gurus, American videos. You're left thinking, but what about my situation? What about TFSA? What about RRSP? Housing that costs more than an organ. Here's the truth. Choosing the wrong wealth path in Canada can set you back years or maybe decades. But choosing the right one, that can change your entire financial life forever. So in this video, I want to break down the 3 paths that are proven to build wealth for Canadians today and help you understand which one you should be focusing on at this stage of your life. I'm not here to sell you any course. I'm not here to push get-rich-quick scheme. I'm just here to give you the roadmap and help you pick your path. Let's start at the beginning. Before we talk about getting rich, we need to talk about not being broke. That's the first path, the saver, the accumulator. And look, by no means it's glamorous. No one really flexes about their budget on TikTok. No one brags about how exciting their emergency fund is. But here's the reality. Every wealthy Canadian has mastered this path. Without it, the other 2 are almost impossible. Step 1. Spend less than what you already make. And I mean for real. Living here is expensive just to even breathe. Groceries are up. Rent is up. Car insurance is up. And don't even get me started on the housing market. So keeping money in your pocket isn't optional, it's crucial. This is where the budget comes in. But I don't see the budget as a prison. It's not about locking you into harsh rules or punishing you for spending. Instead, I think of a budget more like a weather report. It gives you a forecast, a sense of what's coming, and helps you prepare. It's not always pretty, but ignoring it makes it even worse. So I like the 50-30-20 rule for most of us. 50% for your needs like rent, food, transportation, bills. 30% goes towards your wants, and 20% savings and paying off your debt. That is if you live in Toronto or Vancouver. Okay. Let's be honest here, right? Your needs might be closer to 60-70%, and that's fine. The system is broken, but not you. Step 2, build an emergency fund. This is huge, and I mean huge. Aim for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses saved in high-interest savings account, like EQ Bank, Tangerine, Wealthsimple Cash. I mean, whatever gives you 3 to 4% and keeps it safe. Because cars break down, hot water tank explodes. I mean, do they actually explode? Never mind. You get my point. The CRA sends you surprise letters that instantly raises your heart rate. But emergency fund turns a crisis into a mere inconvenience. Step 3. Kill high-interest debt. Credit cards in Canada charging 20 to 24% interest. That's legalized robbery. That's pedaling your bike uphill level of pain, I would say. What you can do is use debt snowball method, which is basically you're paying off your smallest balance first, or method number 2, which is debt avalanche, pay your highest interest rate credit cards first, or debts first. Doesn't matter which. What really matters is that you get out of the debt trap. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons of this path. Let's start with the pros. Lowest risk, builds financial disciplines, makes every next step 10 times easier. And now let's get to the cons. It's slow. It won't make you wealthy by itself. Inflation in Canada will quietly chew your savings over time. But remember, this is the foundation. And every wealth building journey starts from here. Once your foundation is set, Path number 2 opens up, which is the path of the investors. This is where Canadians finally stop only working for their money and start getting their money to work for them. The goal is to beat inflation. Now, inflation in Canada is not a joke. When groceries jump up to 8% and your savings account pays you 0.8%, you're losing money just by standing still, doing nothing. Investing is how you stay ahead. The Canadian stock market TSX is smaller and more concentrated than the US. We are heavy on banks, energy, telecom, which is why most Canadians invest globally using ETFs. The simplest strategy: low-cost index ETFs like VEQ2, which consists of 100% stocks, VGROW or XGROW, Growth Balanced Portfolio, VBAL Balanced Portfolio. These ETFs instantly diversify across thousands of global companies. Historically, markets have returned around 6 to 7% annually after inflation. Where Canadians should invest first is TFSA, RRSP, FHSA. Let me break this down. TFSA, the GOAT. Forget everything you hear online. Your TFSA is not a savings account. It is your tax-free wealth-building machine. You can invest inside stocks, ETFs, bonds, and all growth is tax-free forever. RRSP, the tax refund weapon. An RRSP reduces your taxable income, and if you are in a higher tax bracket, massive win. You get a refund now, your investment grows tax deferred, and you pay tax later in retirement. The third one is FHSA, the first time home buyer's cheat code. If you're trying to buy a home in Canada, well, good luck with that. The FHSA gives you RRSP-style tax deduction, TFSA-style tax-free withdrawals. I mean, it's literally the best account created in decades. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons for the investor's path. Pros: proven long-term wealth, passive, accessible to anyone with $50 monthly contribution, tax-advantaged accounts stack your growth. Now, let's talk about cons. You have got to have emotional discipline. You also need an iron stomach to withstand market volatility. Last but not least, you need patience of a monk. This is the path most Canadians build wealth on. Slowly, consistently, and quietly. If this is actually helping you and not putting you to sleep, then please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give it a like if you love what you're seeing or hearing me. My mission is pretty simple: help you slice through the financial mumbo-jumbo and actually build real wealth. No gimmicks, no smoke in the mirrors, and just good stuff. Now we arrive at the final destination. Final path. And the one is the Wealth Accelerator. Is the entrepreneur's path. And in Canada, this can look like a local service business, a Shopify store, a YouTube channel, just like this, a tech startup, a real estate portfolio, a side hustle that eventually replaces your job, or just stays a side hustle. Because come on, I know you, you know you, you know that, I know that, you know you. Anyways, let's talk about the magic of entrepreneurship. When you are an employee, you trade your time for money. But when you're a business owner, you build something that earns money while you sleep, scales beyond your hours, and can be sold for multiples. This is how outsized wealth is created. Now, let's take the Canadian real estate. Real estate in Canada is weird and wild. Prices are high, supplies are low, interest rates from the Bank of Canada fluctuates very aggressively. But Canadians have used rental properties, house hacking, pre-construction assignments to build some serious wealth. But when it's done right, real estate offers leverage, cash flow, appreciation, tax deductions. But again, it's riskier than ETFs. Let's talk about the pros and cons. Pros: unlimited upside, total control, fast wealth potential. And let's look into the cons. It's high risk, it's stressful, and failure is very common. Demands skill, time, and nerve. To be honest, the path isn't for everyone, and it doesn't need to be. So, here's the big secret. You don't pick just one path. You pick the right path for your stage in life. Stage 1, Foundation. Everyone starts here. Budget, emergency fund, pay off your debt. Stage 2. Investing. Most Canadians live here. TFSA, RRSP, FHSA. Set up an automatic ETF or mutual funds contribution and remain optimistic. Stage 3. Entrepreneurship. Optional but powerful. Side hustles, service businesses, online brands and e-commerce, real estate. Your job is to figure out where you are today. All those gurus, they're just shouting at you from one corner of the map. But the real wealth, at least in Canada, is built in layers. 1. Build your foundation. 2. Grow with investing. And 3. Accelerate with entrepreneurship. And again, this is optional if you choose to do so. But the most important thing you can do right now is ask yourself honestly, which stage are you truly in? Then pick a path, commit to it, and master it. And that's how you change wealth forever.